The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. MC Bravado in the building. How are you today, brother?
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me, bro.
Happy to have you here. Good shit today. You killed that.
Thank you, bro.
John P's caddy.
Yes, sir.
You've been eyeing that beat for a while.
I have, yeah. Like last couple freestyles, and this was like the first one I got to do it. So.
Hey, man. Well, I'm happy that we got. I think who else? There was one other person who did Johnny P's caddy, and I'm trying to think who. Huh? Buddha? Oh, Young Buddha. No, there was somebody else too. It's been done a few times. But I can't say anybody's ever done a bad job on it.
It's incredible. Alchemist is one of my favorite producers, so, you know, I mean, maybe he catches wind of it type shit.
Did you ever get to meet Al or no?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Plan on it in 23, though, for sure.
So you're from, are you from Baltimore or are you from out here?
So I'm from New York originally. My parents are from the Bronx, but I didn't grow up in, like, the city. I grew up in, like, Rockland and Orange County, like the burbs.
Okay.
You know, and then I moved to Maryland for school, and then I started teaching in Baltimore, and I've lived in Baltimore, basically, for a decade plus now, so it's kind of like I feel very like from two places at this point.
Right, because I peeped online, like I saw White Plains, and then I saw Baltimore, and I saw New York. So I was like, I wanted to like clear that up because I feel like there's like a little confusion if you're like Googling you know what I'm saying? Because it looks like you're from a bunch of different places.
I agree.
So how'd you first get your start making music?
Man, I started I was like a junior in high school, and basketball just like wasn't working out. Reality set in, and I wanted to find something else that I could really express myself through consistently and not rely on playing time or like other, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anybody else. Even like with a band, you have to rely on other people playing instruments and showing up to practice. With like hip hop, I was able to have a 12-track in my mom's basement and just create crazy, you know, stuff myself. So that was really what drew me to it, and 20 years later, you know.
And you balance like doing the music and teaching at the same time.
So I did until 2018. I taught high school English until 2018, and then I had a chance to do Vans Warped Tour.
Oh, fire.
And I jumped on that, and then since then I've been full-time with music, which, you know, has been a ride and a half, but 5 years strong, so I'm proud of that. And,
right, so you're only doing the music right now?
Yeah, just the music right now.
So how did the Warped Tour thing first come about for you?
I knew this guy, shout out Timmy Grins, who came from like my area. He did a lot of stuff in my area, and he just thought I had the hustle to do it, you know, and like the musical ability to do it day in and day out. Because you're talking about like 40 shows cross country, like, and it wasn't, here's the thing, I wasn't just rapping every day. He has a company called Cool Suppliers, and they sell these like, it's like a push-up pop meets a smoothie type deal. So we were outside every day in like 100-degree heat selling those things, and then stopping to perform, and then going back to selling those.
That's
so it wasn't
crazy.
some glamorous, like, I was literally, everybody I sold like a push-up pop to, I was handing a card that had like MC Bravado on it and what stage I was at that day on Warped Tour.
So you were working and doing the work.
Yeah, and I was trying to grassroots like build in every city that I was in. So everything I sold, and there was a high demand because it was hot out, so people wanted them. And I'm like, by the way, I'm playing in an hour over here. So if I was like nice enough to that person, or they like me enough, they would come out and check me out. And some of those people have turned into fans that I have, you know, now.
That's crazy, but it's interesting because, you know, we talk a lot about like earning your spot in a certain place, but that's such an interesting way of you earning your spot. You know what I'm saying? Cause I've heard of people selling tickets to be on stages, but not someone actually like working in the festival and then also performing.
That kept me on. We had an RV where other people who work for the company were also on. There was like 7 of us on the RV. It was like MTV Road Rules, Real World type thing, because we didn't know each other, and we all had to coexist on this RV and do our thing. And it was one of the most significant experiences of my life, but it was dope, yeah, because it was really like, you know, in today's era where everything can happen so quickly online, right? For some people, it's dope to still have boots on the ground and be earning your stripes that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you ever like have like your past students reach out to you too nowadays?
All the time, yeah. They all think I have a ton of money, which is not true.
What do you tell them? Because like, I think it's easy for like kids to look from the outside in and be like, okay, he's doing this, and this. Like he must be rich. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's that perception over everything kind of thing, and I've been very fortunate, right? It's a small percentage of people that get to make music first, right?
Yeah.
But like at the same time, it exceeds what's we're all like scraping and grinding to get by out here, but I keep in touch with a handful of my students because I taught for almost a decade,
Right.
and those become like they're not like your kids, but it's like they're like your little cousins, right? You get close with them over time and you care about how they're doing. And to me, that is one of the toughest things about teaching in certain areas is if, things happen, and that's why today I'm involved in a program called Beats Not Bullets.
Okay.
And it's like a nonprofit music education program. So we get to get involved in like helping kids do constructive things.
That's fire.
And giving them a lane, So while I can't teach full time, I get to do that. And it's pretty dope.
So what is your role in Beats Not Bullets?
Program coordinator.
Okay.
So occasionally I'm in there and get to do some instruction, but primarily I'm using my connections from teaching in the city to get us into more schools because the people that I taught next to are now 5 years later are department heads, administrators. Like, so they have the pull to get us in places. So it's pretty cool.
That's fire, man. So in a way, you're still keeping that educational background like with you.
100%. We did last year we did South by Southwest, but we didn't just do that part. We did South by Southwest EDU, and we did like a whole panel about hip hop education and a bunch of MCs and producers / educators. We got together and did a showcase, and it was cool. Hip hop head is booming. I mean, you see what like Mickey Fax is doing with like Pendulum Inc. and things like that. It's pretty dope to see it viewed as a very legitimate educational, avenue now.
Right.
Like kids could get better in XYZ using hip hop. Like that's fire to even be a part of.
Or you even think about like how like certain hip hop artists have like master classes at like universities. You know what I'm saying? Or like how they would do. I don't remember exactly what the course was, but it's like some people did like a class on Kanye West like years ago about his productions and things like that, and just kind of like a master class on like his life leading up to whatever point that was like 5 years ago. And I thought that was pretty cool because it's like, okay, like now hip hop history is becoming like genuine, like teaching, what's the word I'm looking for? Like teachable mechanics, whatever, so on and so forth. And now through that too, you have like, even with the program you're a part of now, like that's also a part of hip hop education. You know what I'm saying?
Lupe Fiasco is at MIT.
Yeah,
You know what
Lupe,
I mean?
thank you.
Like,
Yeah, that's
Lupe's at
another good one,
MIT.
too. Lupe.
Ninth Wonder taught a bunch. Like,
I feel like Swizz had one too.
it's happening. Like, and it's dope because it only benefits more people and shows more kids that's a, like, it's not this like end all be all route. Like, you could get educated and also do this and like have different ways of making your way, And I think that's fire.
Nah. So what's what's also funny about you, because like since I'm talking about how like you kind of bring everything full circle always, even like with a bunch of records, like you have like the Kobe record, obviously. What was the record you performed here today?
LeBron poster.
LeBron poster. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you end up bringing the basketball stuff back around too, and a lot of your music as well. What I noticed.
Yeah, I mean, basketball was like my first love, and
Yeah.
obviously hip hop and basketball are like hella intertwined.
Yeah.
Forever. So the Kobe thing was interesting because his company actually sent me like a bunch of books. His company is called Granity Studios, and they
Okay.
were doing these books for like reluctant readers. It was like Harry Potter type stuff meets basketball, and I gave them out to my old school. And I started to work with them, and I actually made that song. Joell Ortiz and I made that song when Kobe was still with us. And then when obviously him and his daughter like tragically passed away, we had to recalibrate and like strategize when we were going to put the record out. Because if you listen to it, it's not a tribute. It's like, like an
As if
homage.
you're still alive. Yeah.
It's like, it big ups like the Mamba mentality and just doing everything you can to go and get it. So it was definitely kind of a touchy thing. But then the video more so reflects a tribute, like by the time we put that out. But that, obviously nothing like that very few things like that in our lifetime,
I was gonna say, like, how recent to him and his daughter's passing did you and Joel make that song together?
We made that like a few months.
Wow,
it was
that's
like a few months.
crazy.
Yeah, it was close. It was close. It was done like a few months beforehand, and then that happened, and obviously we had to just put everything
Right, obviously.
Yeah.
Hold on hold for that.
for a while.
How did you and Joell first meet?
Just online, man. He's Slaughterhouse is one of my favorite groups because I definitely like hang my hat on lyricism. So like him, Royce, Joe, Crooked, they're all like some of my favorite MCs, and I just asked him like kind of what was good with the feature and sent him some stuff. He liked what he saw and he gave me a nice deal. So we just went for it. And hearing that verse for the first time was really special. So
That's fire,
more
man.
of that, man. Need more of that.
That's cool that you got that, like, even you just reaching out to, like, your favorite group, you know what I'm saying? And having someone from there be, like, so receptive of you and your music and then be willing to do things with you, too, at the same time. It's
Those
fire.
are the things, bro, that, like, when people talk about, like, we all have, like, our personal definition of making it. Like, to some people, making it is all this, like, crazy, like, the financial end and the lavish lifestyle end and the never having to work end. But, like, to me, in a lot of ways, making it is people like him becoming more of a peer.
Yeah.
Like doing a record next to a hero and sounding like I belong there and them really rocking with it is its own form of making it. So the more I do of that, the more secure I feel with what I've done,
Word. So what you got coming up? What do we got next? What else is cooking this year?
We've really been heavy on just dropping a record every 3 weeks and kind of playing to that consistency element and doing as many freestyles as possible to just get the word out. That's really, I am an album artist, first, but I feel as if in this climate, the best way to thrive is to stay present and to stay consistent. And, it's been a learning curve because you have a standard of quality if you slow cook a project for a year. And all of a sudden now it's like every month, like you got to hit them with something.
Right.
But we've been acclimating ourselves to it and getting used to it and just making a habit of every 2-3 weeks, giving the people something new. And I think that's going to be the recipe to getting me where I want to go to then make the albums that, I want to make. Yeah.
That's fire. So we got some stuff coming up this year.
Absolutely.
The freestyle's out now by the time y'all see this. You know what I'm saying? Performance out now by the time y'all see this, too. Before we get out of here, anything else that the people got to know about? You got cooking, where they can follow you, all that good stuff. Now's the time to do it. This camera right here.
Yeah, it's MC Bravado everywhere. MC BRAVADO. Make sure you check out Beats Not Bullets as well. We're a small nonprofit. We're getting after it, but all the support we can get is thoroughly appreciated. And look out for new music. Follow me on Spotify and IG, TikTok, all that good stuff, and just keep up because we are running this year for sure.
There you go. Well, make sure you go check out everything he has out now. Go run up the freestyle. Go run up the performance. Go follow him. Go show him some love. Go show him support. Show Beats Not Bullets some love and support too. You know what I'm saying? Love is free. Support is free. But y'all already knew that. Till next time. MC Bravado in the building. We out on the radar. Pow.
Thanks, brother.
Love.